Hi, I am Christina, and you are watching Healthy TV. And today I want to talk about your mental health and wellness in relationships, because relationships, your relationship, whatever relationship you're in, whether it's husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, daughter, son, father, whatever relationship you're in, the health of that relationship can affect your well-being, your mental well-being, even your physical well-being. When things are going great and our communication levels are wonderful and healthy and happy, and like for me, in my marriage, I don't stress about anything, so I'm not under eating or overeating. But what I have noticed is people who don't handle conflict well and maybe fight a lot in their relationship, they either turn to food and overeat, or they don't eat at all because they lose their appetite. And that's something that I used to struggle with. I remember just if my husband and I get into a disagreement or an argument and it hasn't resolved in the way I would like for it to resolve, I will lose my appetite, and the whole day could go by and maybe I just ate an apple. And that's not healthy, because you have to get the proper nutrition into your body regardless of the situation. What I've tried now is to not let too much time go by before we resolve our issue. So it's interesting, a scripture just came to my mind. I don't know exactly where it is, but it says, do not let the sun go down on your anger. In other words, don't go to bed angry. It's one of the worst things you can do to your relationship. You really need to resolve whatever issue it is. And where if you can't resolve it, at least come together and say, hey, you know what? I'm still struggling with this, but I don't want to go to bed feeling angry. So I love you, good night, kiss each other, embrace. And if you're really still angry, then you really have to work on at least coming to a place, in my opinion, where you're not going to bed angry, because it will mess up your sleep. There's times when Chris and I weren't getting along, and I think probably, oh boy, we were struggling with something, and I think it was like 3-4 days where I didn't sleep, I wasn't eating, and then I would just, I was miserable. I was so sad, and I know some of it had to do with me and some of it had to do with him. So I had to take responsibility for myself, and I had to do whatever I could do to make it right. So whether he was in agreement or not in agreement, whether he was ready or not, I had to deal with his timing. Like, I can't force somebody to be okay or force someone to talk. So I had to be able to just say, okay, this is where we're at. I'm still going to take care of me. When I'm struggling and I'm trying to understand things or process something that was said or was done, I tend to go for a hike. So fortunately, I live where there's a mountain right in front of my house. I can just put on my hiking shoes and listen to a podcast maybe. I try not to stay too deep into the negative thought process, because negative thoughts are just going to produce negative action. So I try to think, where have I gone wrong, and how can I do things differently? And then I'll go for my hike, I'll come home, I'll still make my healthy protein smoothie, and I will nourish my body with what it needs. So those are the changes that I've made in my own life.